because essentially I will present it later on, but what these people are getting from actually what they should be getting, it's really very, disappointing. So this is the case. So this being the case, so essentially, it's when you really look at the situation of slavery, of the people who are involved in this business, it's really mind-boggling. Essentially, when you buy, the cherries, the fresh cherries from the farmers in Ethiopia right now, or for that matter throughout Africa, it's practically a penny to what these people should be getting. A kilo of cherry in Ethiopia right now is sold between like 32 Ethiopian birr to that of 70 something Ethiopian birr, which is like almost 50 cents or something like that, which is really very sad. But actually, when you really look at how much that coffee is sold here in the US, for instance, a kilo of coffee is sold to almost up to $40. So the difference, if you multiply that one, you convert that $40 into Ethiopian money. If you multiply it at bank rate, which is like 50 something or 60 something, it comes to about like 2,000 Ethiopian birr. But actually, what the farmers are selling that coffee for only 30 birr. You can see the gap between what they are selling and what it's actually sold when it reaches at the consumers. So there is that huge gap. So unless we really do something about it in such a way that these farmers are able to get at least a portion of what they should have really, received, then this thing is never going to change. So essentially, this project, our project, which is a Stop Modern Day Slavery project, strives to fight this thing head on. We're saying that these farmers should be getting a fair share of, their labor. They toil, they sweat, they pay all the sacrifices to produce this thing for us so that we can enjoy. At least we should be in a position to support them in such a way that they should get at least a decent amount of the money that we are paying to buy coffee. So this is what we are saying, and this is what we are proposing, and we have solutions that we are offering that would change this reality, this very dark, very sad reality. So essentially, we claim that the situation is a modern day slavery, because essentially, to our comfort, to give us this comfort, these people are really suffering, and then we strongly believe that this situation has to change. So this is what Stop Modern Day Delivery proposes. So the targets of the Stop Modern Day Slavery are, first of all, the purpose of this campaign is to liberate 100 million farmers from bondage and slavery. So the target is to reach each and every farmer who is involved in producing coffee, and then get them out of slavery or bondage. And in terms of to do that, we have set targets. We have 3 targets. The first one is each and every single cup that we have seen earlier. We said that every day 2.25 billion cups of coffee are consumed. So essentially what we are saying is to make sure that each and every single cup of coffee is certified and labeled, so that money is going to be collected from that coffee, from that cup, and that money is going to go and really going to make an impact on the lives of these 100 million people. This is the first target. The second target that we have is to make sure that every single institution, corporation, company, whatever it may be, our establishment is certified. That means we make them, voluntarily, by the way, this is not forcing them, voluntarily to be part of this process, to be part of the solution. They have the option of, choosing to ignore and, perpetuating slavery, or the other option that they have is to be part of this process and contributing a tiny portion to the solution of this problem, so that every company will be striving, will be inviting to be part of this process, and then they will be certified. By certified, it means they pledge and they make sure that whatever is being served within that institution, within that establishment, is certified. Certified in a sense that it's going to be labeled, and they're going to have a certification, and they will be serving the cup, which is MDS, which is top MDS or DFA5 labeled or certified. That means at least a penny or 2 pennies of that cup is going to the farmers. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to invite, and we're going to really plead to these institutions, establishments, to be part of it and to be certified, and then making sure that coffee, whatever coffee is being served in that institution, is going to be using the certified cups. This is the second target. And definitely the third target is through in this endeavor, the first and the second targets, we're going to be able to mobilize about $100 billion in the coming 5 years. Imagine what that amount of money is going to do to the lives of these poor individuals all over the world. So essentially, this is what we are going to do. So once we achieve these targets, the next thing is for us to really, maybe asking us, what are you going to do about it? So essentially, the whole solution for us is called DFA5. By DFA5, we mean direct from the farmer initiative. So the whole concept of this direct from the farmer initiative is the farmers are right now, in where they are right now. The situation which really made the farmers who they are right now is a system. The system is that the farmers produce the products, and then the system is in such a way that they are forced to give it away to the others, the middlemen. Between the farmers and the consumers, there are many layers of middle players who just take the chunk of the benefit out of the system, because the system is not established in such a way that the farmers are the system is set in such a way that it's not set in such a way that the farmers can directly sell to the consumers. As a result, they have become victims of the whole process, the whole system. So this is what we really want to disrupt. This is what we really want to change. What we are saying through DFA5, which is direct from the farmer, as you can infer it from the name itself, is that, what we are trying to do is to make the farmers directly, producers, processors, and then exporters. That means selling directly to the consumers. So essentially, by the time this project becomes fully implemented, you would be seeing products which says, thank you for buying from us, which comes directly from the farmers in different department stores or in retail outlets or in cafes and things like that. This is what we really wanted to see. So essentially what it means is the farmer produces, and then over there during the production process, DFA5 will also be supporting the farmers so that they can produce better products, they can produce more products, they can produce, using, internationally accepted standards and so forth, so that they would be supported that way. And that way they produce more, so they get more income. And then after, they will not be giving away their product. So essentially, this is a model that's being built right now in Ethiopia, and we're going to be building tens of thousands of this all over the world. So essentially, what it means is that they will not be only selling coffee raw, but essentially they would be processing it. So it's a typically cost-effective microprocessing, plant, a small one. What we'll do is would be, establishing clusters of farmers, and each cluster will have like between 250 to 500 farmers, and they will be bringing in their coffee, and that coffee will be dried, and that coffee will be ground and then roasted, again ground, and then as you can see, to be processed. and then it will be distributed directly to all over the world. And that way, the farmers are firmly in control of the entire system, and then they will be beneficiaries of the whole system as a whole. So this is what we really want to disrupt, and this is really what we're going to change. And it's only when we do these kinds of things that we will be making a difference, because everybody knows. The reason why these people have remained in poverty, in slavery, is just because they are not being supported. It's the finances. And if you can come up with a system that could mobilize, generate, the support that they need in a form of financial or economic support, then there is no reason that their lives cannot be changed. So this is essentially what the Stop Modern Day Slavery is proposing. So essentially, we are at the crossroads. First of all, the choice that we have is, I don't know if that's a choice, to continue sipping the blood, essentially to continue to give it a blind eye, and then, essentially, continue the status quo, having no, concern for them, and, just continue the way it is. If that is a choice. For us, that's not a choice. For us, making every sip that we take every day, making it a sip of hope, if we really do the things that we'll be proposing for us to do. And this is a very simple thing. And most of the cases, I think majority of the cases is not going to be, costing us anything. So essentially, this is what we are offering. So we are at the crossroads. First of all, continue as it is, or secondly, do what this project, this initiative, this campaign is proposing, and then make an impact, and enjoy, instead of having guilt of ignoring, having hope, and enjoying the kinds of contributions that we are making. So the choice is yours. So essentially, definitely, after hearing this thing, I hope that all of you will be part of this process. We will jump in. And definitely, because, in terms of the impact, in terms of the change, in terms of the difference that you are making, is going to be very significant. So I'm hopeful that you would be opting for the second option instead of the first one. So let me go to the next slide, which is what are the solutions that we are providing. Two major options in terms of how you can get involved. The first one is being a passive participant. The participants, all we ask of you is to demand, to become, an advocate, or to become a voice, and to demand. By demand, we mean that every time you go to, say, Starbucks, or Peet's Coffee, or every time you drink coffee in your institution, all we ask of you is to demand for that establishment, or for that company, or for that institution, to provide you a cup which is labeled as certified cup. That's all we need from you. So if you make, a choice of opting for or demanding for that kind of cup, whenever, every time you drink that coffee, then you're making a difference. Your demand makes a difference. We're not going to be asking you to donate money, or we're not going to be asking you to give money, or do that. But every day you'll be drinking coffee. That's what you do. And then while you do, what's going to be, I don't think that's going to be of any problem for you to ask or to demand for that establishment to provide you the labeled cup. So this is the first thing, and secondly, in every organization that you are working with, and establishment that you are a customer of, we ask of you is again to demand, saying that whichever that coffee is which is being served by the cup has a label. So I will be showing you the samples that we have. So that's label, because every time that institution or that organization buys that cup, if that organization voluntarily becomes part of this entire process, then there would be like maybe adding a couple of cents for on that cup that they are buying to buy that cup, and it's that couple of cents which should be going to the helping the farm. So this is what we are trying to do. So to enroll at least 100 members into the program. So that way, if each person brings in 100%, then it multiplies and multiplies. Our target is to mobilize, 100 million people in this process. So the target is to raise establish 100,000 chapters all over, active chapters who would be working towards elimination or a stoppage of modern day slavery. And then, through our efforts over the coming, raise $100 billion over the coming 5 years. And in this process, in the first round, liberate 100 million farmers out of bondage. So essentially, this is how. So just to summarize, there are two options. One option is you can get involved passively, or if you choose to get actively involved in this process, you can become active participants. By passive participants, all we demand of you is for you to become is to demand for you to be served using an accredited, labeled hub. That's all we ask of you. Demand your establishment, demand your company, demand wherever you go, where every time you have a cup of coffee, make sure that cup of coffee is labeled or certified. In that way, you're making sure that, just a tiny fraction of what we are paying is going to the farmers. So this is what we are asking of you. If you opt for the passive option. By active option, sign up for the campaign 100,000 project, and then that way, either contribute or mobilize others to be part of it, and then definitely become active participants. So this is how individuals can get involved. But how about who, in terms of institution, which institutions can get involved? Our target is to enroll all Fortune 1000 companies in this program, in this campaign. Food and catering establishments, everywhere where there is coffee, has to be part of this process. Universities, countries, states, cities. We want Washington, D.C. to be a city whereby, which stands for, which stands against modern day slavery. We want the United States to become a country which stands against modern day slavery. We want states. We want Maryland. We want DC. We want Virginia. We want California. We want London. We want, Moscow. We want Beijing. All cities, all countries to be, cities and, states, regions, countries to become, active members, active participants of the Stop Modern Day Slavery campaign. So in that city, no cup is going to be served without being certified or labeled. So this is essentially what we are going to talk about. United Nations and multilateral institutions, religious institutions. There are huge mega churches, mega, religious institutions, who could mobilize their people. After all religious institution, what they stand for is for the poor. And I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be getting involved. And so forth, foundations, not-for-profit organizations, large, medium, and small enterprise, everyone has to be part of it. So this is our target. And if you really work hard, there is no reason why they should be getting involved. I mean, the option is very clear. You want to be part of the guild, or you want to be part of the whole. And I don't see that. I don't think that there is any company which says that, no, I don't care. Why should they go to hell and things like that? I mean, in modern day institutions where, corporate social responsibility is very key, very important. I'm sure the option that they have is to be part of this process. So the challenge for us is, you know, to get the message up to them. So this is why we really need as many people as we can to be part of this process, whereby wherever they go, and they just ask them this very simple question: do you want to stop modern day poverty, or do you want to be part of it? So this is all what we're going to ask them. This is what's going to be our pitch. So this is what we will be doing.
This cup of coffee we drink so casually is a cup of blood. With every sip, we are supporting a system that whips the backs of farmers as their hard work and dedication is exploited without fair compensations. Over 100 million farmers toil in humane conditions with their labor lining the pockets of large corporations rather than improving their own lives. It's time to brew a change. Join the Campaign 100 Plus to support ethical, direct from farmers' coffee initiatives that put people over profits. When you choose certified Campaign 100 Plus coffee, 100% of the proceeds go directly to the farmers, empowering them to improve their lives, their communities, and break the cycle of bondage. The choice is yours. Continue supporting the horrors of modern-day slavery, or be part of the solution